Welcome back to The Pulse with Peter B. I'm Nicollette Ayala, and here for the first time ever in the guest seat, we have the man himself, Peter Biancamano.
Nicollette, I'm all confused here. I mean, you got Greg telling me to hold the microphone with my left hand. I mean, I don't do anything with my left hand. I mean, I lean a little left, as the audience knows, but that's about it. Nicollette, that host chair has never looked so good. Let me tell you that
Peter,
much.
thank you, Peter.
Except for when I'm in it. No!
Thank you, Peter. So I figured we'd just dive right in. Not sure if the viewers know, but you do work for a sports network as your day job. Just kind of wanted to know more or less a little bit about you and, what made you get into television.
Boy, and I love how Nicollette is being so cautious with her questions. I mean, you could tell this is the first time she's doing it, and you have started on fire. Nicollette, you're doing a fantastic job. So, Nicollette, yes, I do. My daytime job is I do work for SNY, of course, which stands for Sportsnet New York, and it is the cable home of the Mets, the Jets, and all things New York sports. Okay, now I got lost. What was your second question there?
It was what made you want to get into television.
Yeah, no, it's a very, very good question, Nicollette. Ever since I was a little kid, growing up in my father's Italian delicatessens, of course, located in 11th and Washington, Hoboken, you're not going to want to miss that, or you're not going to want to not want to go there and try his fresh mozzarella. But ever since I was growing up, I like to entertain. I kind of looked at my dad and my mom the way they were salespeople in the deli.
Okay.
And, especially my father, and of course, Mom, I love you to death, but especially my father, he was really the salesman with his Italian accent, and things like that. And I felt like, more than providing great food to his customers, he would provide entertainment value to his customers. And I think, because he was so personable, that's really why people kept coming back. And I looked at that, and I was a huge fan of TV. You can ask my parents. I used to sit in front of the TV. They used to yell at me, "You're going to need glasses," and all of that, growing up.
Right.
And I watched entertainers on TV, whether that's sports entertainers, whether that's anybody else. And I just really wanted to kind of follow in their footsteps. I watch a game, whether it be the NHL, the NFL, MLB, or anything like that, and I'm really focused on what the commentators are saying. Of course, the action on the field or the ice or anything like that is paramount.
Right.
But the way they describe it is just, to me, sets people above anything else. Because, you can go to a bar, you can get lit or things like, is that the way the kids say
yes,
it?
Get lit.
These days, rather. But when you're at home, you're not watching a game on mute. You're listening to these, to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
to Doc Emmerich and Eddie Olczyk, to Joe Buck in baseball and Tim McCarver and things like that. I'm sorry, I can go on and on and on, Nicollette, as you can see.
So it's totally okay. So you mentioned that obviously you love sports. What did you play any sports growing up in your childhood and high school and college?
Yeah, it's so funny because there's this old joke that a lot of these people that go into like sports TV and commentary, there are the former athletes who are like the color guys, the color commentators, as they say.
Of course.
And then there are analysts out there who never played sports. They were kind of just the guys keeping score on the sidelines and things like that. And absolutely, I played sports. I was a soccer and hockey player. Of course, my parents were born in Italy, so exactly, you like that, Italia.
Yes, Italia.
Exactly. And hockey's my passion.
Okay.
I love playing hockey goalie and all of that.
Okay.
It is a fantastic sport to play, and more people should play it. But yeah, I did grow up, playing those sports. And really, I do believe that if you do play those sports, you can have a better grasp when you're analyzing those sports for your day job.
Of course. So. What position did you play hockey?
Yeah, no, sure. I was a hockey goalie, so I got a lot of pucks to the head. This is why, I don't know if people on the Pulse notice, I stumble a lot on my words. Concussion protocols weren't a thing back then.
Right.
But they certainly are a thing now. And in soccer, I played left back.
Okay.
Following in my father's footsteps. He was a left back.
There you go. Really?
Yeah,
Didn't know that.
Exactly. Love you, Dad. Love you so much.
Awesome. So, what's your second favorite sport aside from hockey? What's your second favorite sport?
Well,
or third and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a huge, and don't tell the guys at SNY this, but baseball's probably like a third. And that's okay. They want people who are not gung ho about sports. And I keep smacking my leg. I'm so not used to holding the microphone. I'm like abusing myself on I'm just nervous because I have a lovely, lovely host today. Anyway, I love the NFL. I love football. Never played it, but I love football.
Well, speaking of NFL, are you looking forward to this upcoming fall for the NFL season?
It's going to be different, I
Okay.
think. I mean, obviously, most stadiums are not allowing fans.
I know.
Here in New Jersey, the Jets and the Giants
That's
are
right.
not allowing fans.
That's right. That's
but,
right.
you know, I am a diehard, and I think the audience and some of the audience members at home know this, Nicollette, but I am a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. America's team, folks. If you're not liking the Cowboys, then you're just not a fan of America.
Hey,
That's the way I look at it, okay?
Hey, we'll agree to disagree, Pete. We'll
Why,
agree.
Nicollette, who do you like?
Listen, I love my Patriots.
Oh.
Die-hard New England fan, and even though Brady did leave New England and he's in Tampa, I'm still going to be a Brady fan at heart. I'm still going to be a New Englander at heart.
As
I'm a New Yorker,
as Ashley Rollo once said on the show, Tampa Bay, right?
Tampa Bay, and now you got Gronk there.
That's right.
It's going to be
By the way,
interesting.
did that just totally break your heart when you saw them?
It's funny. The day that news came out, it was actually St. Patty's Day. I remember that when Tom Brady put out this, statement he was no longer going to be a Patriot. And, I feel like as a Pats fan, of course, we don't want to see him go to another team. But, you want to prosper in life. You want to experience a little bit more things. So I understand completely.
Yeah, I don't know.
I respect it.
Now, I feel like people love to hate the Patriots because they love to hate my Cowboys, right?
Can you imagine Cowboy Patriots?
Super Bowl?
Oh.
My goodness. John Smith, who's our other production assistant on the Pulse, he's a big Eagle fan.
Shout out to John.
Exactly. I call them the Dirty Birds and things like that. I don't even think he'll watch that Super Bowl, right?
I think he would.
You think he would?
I think he would.
Maybe he would.
I think he would.
Maybe he would. Exactly.
Peter, do you actually participate in fantasy football? Now that we're on the football topic?
I used to participate in fantasy football, but my problem is either I would get all the Cowboys, and that, as you know, that is not a strategy to do in fantasy football.
Listen, I don't.
But I'm a guy. How many times do you hear? And how annoying is this? Oh my God, I really need, I don't know, Dak Prescott in my fantasy team. And I'm like, shut up. I'm just rooting for my team. Can I say shut up on the air? Because I just did. Right or wrong?
Right,
I think it's like more of an annoyance than anything else.
Right, not necessarily. I mean, I feel personally, at least for me, I don't usually draft too many players from the Patriots. They're my team. I'm very biased for other teams as well. But I also more or less, I try to at least just draft one person from my team. I don't go the whole roster.
So how good are you in fantasy, Miss Ayala?
Well, as of right now, I am a 2-time champ within one league, and I've been in the league for 3 years now.
Look at that.
So,
And I have to tell you, Nicollette, she's been a production assistant on the show since June?
May.
I forgot
That's
what
right,
it is.
May.
I mean, you've always impressed me with your sports knowledge.
Thank
you.
you.
And I work in the sports network. And trust me, half these guys are like, did you even follow what you're looking at?
Right.
So, I mean, great job overall.
Definitely do. I have my draft coming up Monday after Memorial, or Tuesday, after Labor Day.
After Labor, I was going to say, we're going reverse. We don't want to reverse in time for COVID days, right?
I don't know. I love summer though, but I love fall. Fall is my season.
I like that. I like that a lot. All right.
Yes.
So now, Nicollette, I'm going to ask you, is that allowed? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, we got a couple seconds. You can ask me a question.
Here is the question for you.
Okay.
See, folks, I can't be a guest. I have to host.
Even though I'm in the host chair, but
And it's never looked any better, like I said. Your favorite person on the Pulse with Peter B to work with. Boom.
Oh, it would have to be Greg Schultz.
Oh, come on.
It would have to be Greg Schultz. I'm just kidding, Peter. I'm just kidding.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen, I love everyone on the show.
Except for Josh, right? Nobody likes Josh.
I love Josh. Josh knows I love him.
My
All right,
goodness.
Peter, we are actually running out of time.
We are?
Yes.
I'm having so much fun.
I actually did want to say thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and for talking with me. Look forward. Hopefully we could do this again in the future.
We would love to have you in the future. Thank you.
Join us next week for The Pulse on everything you need to know. I'm Nicollette Ayala. Have a great week, everyone.